Alright, guys, so I wanted to talk about having the right perspective when you're dating. It's imperative to have the right perspective because it can make or break your life. It can destroy your future, can destroy your gains if you have the wrong perspective on a lot of things, or if you just have the wrong mindset. So, what I mean by that is learning how to kind of decipher things, reading between the lines when you're dating someone, knowing what to do, what not to do when you're dating someone, in terms of, for example, when dating, you pretty much end how you start out. So if once you start dating someone and you try and impress them with money and material things, if a female does date you, then it's gonna end with money and material things, or it's gonna continue with money and material things, where you're gonna have to keep taking her out, buying her stuff, constantly until you can't afford it anymore. Then she's gone because that's how you started off, and that's how it's gonna end. For example, I remember years ago I went to a park, an amusement park. This guy, he started out that way, money, material things. He took out a wad of cash, told everybody. I was with my girlfriend at the time. He was with my girlfriend's cousin, trying to date her. Gave her this whole wad of cash, like, here, take this. Hold that for me, because he supposedly didn't have any pockets, but reading in between the lines, he just wanted to impress her, which isn't, overall such a bad thing, but he's doing it in the wrong way. That's what I'm getting at, doing things in the wrong way. So he tried to impress her, trying to outdo me, shooting ball, outdo me with all the games to try and win prizes. And I'll admit, he was actually pretty good. But I knew the relationship had a great chance of not working out because how he approached and presented himself at first, by showing off that he has cash, when I know he's not like a wealthy guy. He's not even a rich guy. He's just a normal, everyday working guy. And if you're a normal, everyday working guy, you should just present yourself as that. If you're going to present yourself as a rich, wealthy guy, you're just going to get drained for your resources, and then that female's off to the next person, off to the next wealthy guy, off to the next guy with lots of resources, if that's how they present themselves. That doesn't mean that the female will not, value attractiveness, physicality. Of course, yeah, that's also a factor, but it's all about what she likes, what you present to her, and what she can attain from you. So, what I say is this. If you do have a lot of money and resources, then go ahead, but just make sure that your lifestyle, your family, your friends come first, where you can afford to be able to maybe buy a bag or two for a female, take a female out to maybe a fancy dinner every once in a while. As long as your lifestyle is not affected and is put into detriment, then yeah, go ahead. If you make over six figures and $100 dinner is nothing for you, then great. But if you're a 16-year-old guy, $100 dinner that's a lot of money. Even buying hot dogs and a drink and pizza at Costco is a lot of money. And that might only cost you a few dollars. So it's all within perspective of what is a lot of money and what isn't a lot of money. What I do say is just have the right perspective on things. Just know how to read in between the lines, read what a female, hear what a female says, but really read in between the lines what she means. So let's say, for example, a female is like, hey, are you gonna be in my area on Friday? But then all of a sudden she wants to go here, here, and here. What she really means is that she wants you to come to her area and drive her around. So at this point, you have an understanding of what she means. So it's either A or B. Are you going to be compliant or non-compliant? If you're going to be compliant, then what are you getting from the situation? If you're going to be non-compliant, maybe you feel that you either have better options or you will not be getting anything from the situation or interaction. Therefore, you will not be taking her and driving her around. So, like I said, it all depends on perspectives and reasoning. So, there's many times I watch the news and I hear how the news skew things. They put things into different perspectives to try and say this and say that. Like, let's say a person was, got hurt, got hospitalized because maybe they were shot or stabbed. And this person maybe was walking into their home, their apartment building, and two guys ran up on them. I'm not gonna really think that's random. I'm gonna think two bottom reasons. 9 out of 10 times, crimes happen for two things: money and passion. There's only rarely that it will be this random thing that happens to people. So you can scale money and passion under it can be having subcategories as well. It's just maybe those guys owed the other guys money. Maybe there was drugs involved. Maybe, they were messing with, somebody's girl that they shouldn't be messing with. Like, you have to have understanding of what someone or social media presents in front of you and really interpret that into a real world perspective where it's logical and understandable. So that was an example. Already showed the example of, the amusement park. Like I said, how you start is how you end. Another example could be how a female's mannerisms is towards you, or how she dresses really displays overall what her attitude can and might be. So if a female dresses in a very scandalous manner, you have a real general idea of how she's gonna present herself attitude wise and mentally, and how she will act overall. Like, typically how somebody dresses is gonna parallel how they are. Bear with me. For example, let's say you see two people. A guy is dressed in a really nice bespoke suit. Bespoke meaning a custom suit, but kind of a custom suit squared. It's not custom where in the sense that you get a suit and you customize it to yourself. A bespoke suit is a suit where it's made from scratch for you. So that suit is tailored uniquely for you from scratch. So let's say a guy's, in a nice bespoke suit. Then next to him you see a guy on the ground in rags, dirty and everything. You're not really gonna think, if I said to you, who's the banker? You're gonna obviously think it's the guy in the bespoke suit, right? So with that said, we judge people, physically, mentally, on all different levels, and we judge people right away. It's just a fact. The thing, what I'm getting at is, in your relationship, you sometimes gotta step back and have a bird's eye view and really judge what is going on, really ponder on the words that are being said, and really try and figure out if those words match the actions. Because if she's saying words and the actions don't match, then you really gotta seriously take into account the actions that she's showing you, because that's what is really going on. So for example, if a girl says, I broke up with my ex-boyfriend last week and I'm ready to date again, or last month, but yet she's still hanging around with her ex-boyfriend, which is okay, depending on how your outlook is. If she's hanging around, let's say, to just get her stuff, move on, or if they have a kid, or if they have a shared pet, then that might be okay to some, might not be okay to the others. But if she's constantly still going out, watching movies, going over his place, or he's coming over her place, seeing his family, he's seeing her family, then that sounds more like, they're still dating again. And that's where a lot of guys invest into a female and she ghosts them because she's now back with her supposedly ex-boyfriend, which is now her boyfriend again. You don't want to get into that situation where you've invested time and or money into a situation that will not pan out. So this is why I say, well, you need to have a really good perspective on things, read in between the lines, look at things in a 360 view so that you have a better understanding of exactly what's going on.